RXB GOKEY. Okay, this is going to be a demonstration of the Go key that I've written for RXB. First, going to load the program. It's just called tester. Call clear, print yes, no, maybe. It asks a question. Call Go key, yes, no, maybe, or yes, YNM. Key scan 3, KS, and it's going to go to 30. So basically it asks for yes, I hit N for no, or I hit M for maybe, and it just goes to that line. So here's the maybe. Okay, now I'm going to list out the program. And then just what it does is it just goes to 130 says go to 120, so it just starts the go key over again. Unless a key is pressed, it doesn't move on. It checks the string to see if it's the same. Now below I'm saying the go key command scans the string or string variable for the same key. If the same key, then use the go line number. If there's a match or no key is pressed, then it just goes on the next line. If not, then the go key goes to that line number in the go key. And I used go instead of go to because the syntax is slightly different, so it wouldn't get confused. Renumbering sequence and stuff like that works fine, so it shouldn't be a problem. Everybody should just love it. Okay, next the source code, my favorite language, GPL. I'll be putting that out next. All right, now here we're going to go with the source code. This is the regular RXB key scan. I didn't modify it very much. I just added a few things. There's the subroutines for it that I wrote myself. Now, RXB source code is not changed from 2001 other than just this command is added, which is go key. First, we check to see if it's in program mode or not. If it is, if it's 0, then it's not program mode. Then it errors that line not found. We store the go token in argument 16 just to save it. And then what we do is we compare it to 0. If it is a 0 on the flag, then what we do is we're going to call the key. If not, then we're going to do something else. Vary was a variable that I used which copied the status of the key that was used. And then these other lines, as we go down here, just check for syntax errors. We skip different things, like we check for the right parentheses, skip it. We compare it and look for the go token. If it's not there, then it's a syntax error. And then, of course, we skip it. And then we compare for a line number token. If it's there, then we know we have a line number. If it's not, then it's a syntax error. We skip it. Well, now what we do is we get the high bit, which is a high line number bit. Then we skip it and get the low number bit, where we store it. So we get the two high and low bits. Then we check for the go argument flag to see if it's there or not. If it is, then we get the end of the line and we call a return. In other words, there's no key press, so thus we're just going to jump back to extended basic and ignore the rest of that line. If there was, then we're going to go to G key 1, and we're going to store the end line, which is the end line pointer for the last line in the line table pointer, and we're going to subtract 3 from it to point it to the first line number. And then we're going to call the GR subroutine, and this reads from assembly. And it uses byte. The byte is fact2, and we're going to add the results there. And then we're going to check to see if it's the same at EE1, which is a setup thing, pre-set up in XB. And we're going to use yes, it's found on that line, so we would go. Otherwise, we're going to compare to see if the store line is done. We've got to the last store line, like working from the bottom up. If it's not, then it's an error line feed, and we haven't found the line. If it is, then we'll subtract the error line feed, subtract 4 from it, and then we'll branch up the key if it's not done, and we'll keep scanning. So now we've got the line numbers correctly. We put it in extra RAM. We increment it to point to the actual text of the line, and then we branch at a assembly language routine, which is called execute XB, which I set up. Now what I'm doing now is I'm going to load that file, which is at the first of extended basic in this GROM. I call GROM 5. And this is our XML table right there for constant, continues. But right there I put a new one in. It's called execute XB, or execute GROM is what they call it. And so I added this, and the reason why is because it was a blank, and I wanted to use it because it was already blank. Now this, right, like this one, is blank also. It's not being utilized, so I just put it to use. I mean, it is for future expansion, so why not use it? And it doesn't matter if I put something there because it's normally just point to the next line. So this is the execute routine. It starts the execution of a program or a statement. Now, those of you that want to use XB, this particular program is located in a certain area. I don't remember the address right now, but you can find it. It's in the source code of RXB 2001 if you want to use it. XB has the same source for this routine. The only modification I made to it, I'll show you in a second. Here it comes. Right there, I put a label there, which didn't change the code. I just put a line label in that place to indicate that I was going to be using it from the Gokey routine. And then what it is it's just nothing more than an execute that does the assembly language routine in the ROMs. Now, I couldn't remember where it was at because I lost the ROMs source code. So I've been searching for this bloody thing because I didn't remember if I had to look for a different one or use this one or what. I just had to get the syntax correct so it to work correctly. Once I get the syntax right, not a problem. It works just fine. So by the way, you have to use that code because otherwise I'd have to copy all the syntax below, which is all the continuous breaks and all that other stuff that it has to branch to. So I just labeled the line and went to it.